with what is my absolute favorite flower of all time, and that's the peony. So this is from Phillip Watson Designs, of course. That's what our full hour is about. It is one piece of the unbelievably fragrant Hermione Peony plant. Look at those blooms, look at those layers of those stunning petals. Oh, I just love them so much. $19.98 is a sale price. Again, it ships for free, and it's $6.66 on your 3 easy pays. All right, M95015, if you love hydrangeas, if you love the fragrance, this is the plant for you. And the guy for me and you right now is Phillip Watson himself. Hi, my friend.
Welcome home.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm so jealous. That trip sounds, woo.
Oh, the gardens that I saw, the flowers, the blooms, it was just, I mean, there's nothing like an English garden, right?
I know. Yes.
He does know.
Exactly.
Like, he really knows.
And
Come on
I'm
over.
telling you what, we got a lot of English gardening looking stuff.
Oh, I'm so excited about this
Your
show.
favorite.
My favorite flower
Yes.
of all time. Tell me about these.
Well, this Hermione Peony, by the way, peonies are heirloom plants. They'll last for decades and decades. And this is the grandpappy of all of the fragrant peonies.
Oh.
This was developed in Nebraska in 1932.
I wrote it
And
down.
each bloom smells like 10 roses. And if you've never had a fragrant peony before, this is the one to start with, because why not start at the top?
Why not? I mean,
And
let's
I just
go
love
for the top.
you got the apple blossom pink blooms on this. These bloom in late spring, and you got the great foliage which stays up all summer long, but the blooms have strong stems, so they stand up. They get 30 inches tall, and at maturity, the clump will be 30 inches wide.
Wow.
The deer will never touch the peonies. No worries. Once they get established, they're drought tolerant. Full sun to slight shade. They do need a frost. If you live in an area that gets no frost,
So what does that mean? I heard you say this before. What does that mean, they need a frost?
that means that they have to be able to go to sleep a little bit.
Okay.
And if they stay awake the whole time, they get like we do, cranky and not so great.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to myself.
I'm still on
I
London
just saw
time.
that, had that mirror in my mind.
I'm still like 5 hours ahead. And what
But
time is
if
it
you-
for me? It's
if
6
you-
o'clock for me.
If you live in Southern California,
Where I'm
you know,
from.
where you don't, not for you. If you live below South Georgia,
Okay.
not for you. But in the coldest areas of the country, these are going to rock. They come back every single year, long, long lived. That's why they're called an heirloom. And again, the deer will not touch any of the peonies.
Okay.
Just a fabulous, fabulous plant with the sturdy stems, the rich fragrance,
That color.
and just fabulous. And people have been getting these in multiples because that's what you typically would see in an old garden. I lived in Virginia most of my adult life, and we had them there. And you see them on the old estates.
Okay.
And even when the houses are not even there anymore, it's just chimneys, the peonies will persist.
remain.
That's how tough they are. It's a great investment, and what I'm shipping out to you is a nice, big,
That's
mature
big.
division. Now, let me just show you, because this is
Okay.
this is the easy thing to do. People try to make it harder than it is, and that's why they fail. Because imagine a crab that is on the beach. It's not standing up on its hind legs like this. It's like this, walking sideways like a crab. Anyway, so you only want to barely cover it. And could you hold that up a little bit, since we hadn't got a jib in here? I'm going to put it in just
Like a
like
crab.
that, just like a crab. And you just barely cover it. And then you slightly mulch it, and then you water it in.
So there's a little sticking up. That's okay?
Just a little bit, yeah, and
Okay.
that's fine. You plant it about as shallowly as you would, say, the German irises, you know, where the little sweet potatoes stick up a little
Right.
bit. Now, also, the peonies love to be fed, as will all of your plants. Anything that's dormant, that is not showing growth yet, wait till the leaves come up before you fertilize it. But we're going to pretend that the leaves are up. If
Okay.
you've ever fed chickens before, do it like this. If you haven't, now you know how. Look at this. You just do that, water it in, the leaves are already up, and then
Okay.
I do that once a month, and for heavy feeders,
Once
and
a month?
that gets things established. And plant these 3 feet apart if you're getting multiples, to have a long border, and the foliage is 30 inches tall sticking up. I'm telling you, if you've never had peonies before, this is your chance. Don't be just hearing about it. Say, oh, I heard that they're really nice, and spend your whole life hearing about what's nice and never have it.
And also, true. You should have seen some of the shopping I did in London. That was really my excuse the entire time. Look, when you go to the grocery stores or the nurseries and you're looking for beautiful cut flowers, and
Yes.
sometimes you get the peonies, but they're so expensive.
They are.
And you only get a few bulbs. This is what I love also about, and looking at the plant over here.
Yes.
I love watching sort of like the metamorphosis of the bloom of a peony plant.
Yes.
I think it's so special. I could just sit there and watch it sort of like time-lapsed, right? Because it starts when the blooms come in this really beautiful compact bulb,
Yes.
and then it literally just comes, it
Su-
bursts to
Suddenly,
life.
because you're looking at it, you're thinking, okay, that's going to be a few days. Nope, boom, 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 boom.
I know.
Right.
I know. When I moved into my house that I had in Los Angeles, a friend of mine, Dorothy, brought over beautiful peonies, but they were still so tightly compact.
Yes.
And she tied them. They were like almost black. They were so dark red
Yes,
and purple.
yes, yes.
And she tied them with a black satin ribbon. And I just
Oh.
thought it was so classy and so elegant
You're all
and
about it.
so gorgeous. Hence my love affair with the peony began.
Yes.
And that's what I bring when I am visiting someone's home
Yes.
for flowers. And just think that you could have them right in front of your own home. Now tell me where I should be planting these.
The peonies like full sun,
Okay.
or even just morning sun or high canopy shade, but in a well-drained
bit of
area.
both.
In a well-drained area, but they will get established as long as they're not having wet feet, and the deer are not going to mess with them. So you're going to have that going on. And say, if you did buy the expensive cut peony blooms for, say, your wedding, it doesn't mean that you try to root those flowers, which is impossible. Plant some peonies in honor of your wedding.
Oh, that's nice.
Just yourself, and know that they're there and that they will persist for decades and decades. If you stay in that house your entire life, the peonies will stay there with you.
And imagine that fragrance every
Yes.
single season. I love that feeling, and I love that moment that kind of like stops in time when you have all the windows open. Finally, it's been winter, and now you can
Yes.
just let the air in, and that breeze passes through the home, and the fragrance of your peonies or your roses, whatever it may be. But in this case, these gorgeous, very, very fragrant peonies just sort of wafts through your home.
Yes.
It's so special.
It's so lovely, and once you've smelled them, that you will associate that with for the rest of your
Yes.
life.
You're gonna want to bottle it.
It's a lovely, lovely thing, and have something that is going to last in your garden. A lot of perennials are short-lived. This is not one of those. This is a very long-lived perennial, and this is it for the season. I don't have any more.
Oh, really?
We don't have a whole lot of these, but be sure to pick these up, because this is
So
of
gorgeous.
all the things that I've got on air,
Yeah.
of all the perennials, this is the only one that I saved back for me. So I made sure that I got more of these, because I seem to never have enough. And they're like, you're hoarding the peony. And I said, what's your point?
Look, Philip is a true genius horticulturist, and everything that you bring to us are things that you would plant in your own garden, correct?
Yes, and I want more of the really good stuff.
saving
And
a
that's
couple
why I
of these
want
for
more
himself.
of the Hermione.
He wants Hermione.
Yes.
It's M95015. It's a sale price of under $200 or under $20. $200 have already been ordered, and it's $666 on an easy pay. Ships for free. It is M95015.
Beautiful.
Ooh, we're gonna do a little sweater action real quick.
Well,
hold on.
go
I gotta
to
take
it.
a look at